Behold, STIHL's MSA300 battery chainsaw. Woohoo! The most technologically advanced, bad to the bone chainsaw in the world today, baby. Woo! And in my brother's hands is the equivalent in gas. This is the MS271. STIHL says this saw is equivalent to an MS271. This is a 3.5 horsepower saw that you can put up to a 20-inch bar. We've put identical brand new 20-inch bars on these saws, and we today are going to be cutting this 20-inch log to see if it is true that this saw does feel as powerful as that saw.
We really don't have much practice with this big electric saw, and I'm really curious to see how well it does on this tree.
Here, feel the weight.
First thing first. Ooh, it's a little tiny bit more.
Tiny bit heavier.
It's pretty balanced, right? The handle, perfectly balanced. But I would say just barely more. Guys, this MS271's been around for a long, long time. How many years?
8. Prior to that, it was a 270, and prior to that, it was a 027. It's really the same saw
for the last 30 years.
Yeah,
basically. In all that time, in all those generations, it's been basically the same control lever. They call it a master control lever. But the new battery saws don't have a choke. They don't have all that necessary starting bits. Stu's gonna go over some of these master control levers. There's some really cool features on this controller that you need to know about.
So this button is the power button. It turns it on. And right now it's reading low on bar oil because I just filled it up, and it needs to run a little bit before that light will turn off. And then it has 3 different power settings, and you can toggle between the power settings by hitting this button. You see I'm going from eco to 2 bars to high output. Now this saw will only run in that 3rd power setting with the biggest battery, the AP500. Runtime is 20 minutes in this 3 bar and 40 minutes in the eco. And then it also tells you if your chain brake is on or off.
So now all that's left is for us to use these awesome saws. We're gonna do a couple cuts with this 271, and then we're gonna bust out the 300 and see if it feels different, if it's faster, slower, or what. We'll try it in fast mode and maybe eco mode.
Yep.
Sound good?
Yep.
Let's do it. Okay guys, first thing I do is crank this baby up. Let's do a test. Ooh. Oh. That's gonna be the #1 difference between a gas saw and a battery saw.
Man, look at that pretty piece of wood. Ready for me? Yes, sir. MSA300, here we go. Felt good. If I pushed it a little bit, I could feel it.
Bog down?
Yeah, bogging down, getting some load on it.
If you guys want to buy one of these slabs, check out our website, mainstreetmower.com. I'm going to sign it, and you can put that up, get a sunset. It's camphor. Smells like Vicks Vapor Rub. It's very beautiful. Just kidding. Guys, so we just did our first race. Stu used the battery, and I used the 271. The battery actually won. The battery was 18 seconds. The gas saw was 21 seconds. So now we're switching just in case it was user error or just because technique, yes. Yeah. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna switch places and see if the time reflect that. Maybe Stu's just a much better chainsaw man than your boy Chip.
Probably.
Probably.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's his height advantage.
All right, gas saw.
We found the leg holes.
Well, you'll be taking a leg hole cut too, so.
Well, your leg hole, you found the outermost piece of the leg hole.
Holy moly.
Couldn't have done that more perfect. So guys, a little history on this log. I once made it a horse without a head. And there were some leg holes where leg stuck in. And I guess we hit that. So
let's cut the
we're gonna
leg
have
hole
to,
section
We're
off.
gonna have to cut that whole section off. Okay. Okay, guys, time for my try at the 300. I felt better on that one.
Flying.
I went down like this, and then I actually really like the battery.
Did you?
I know we're gonna do more, but I've never felt that kind of instant power, and it's different because it's not so loud. You can hear when it bogs,
Yeah.
and you can back off of it a little bit.
Yeah.
But you can also get into it more because it's quieter and it's not just like this crazy ambient sound.
It looks smooth from the outside.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it looked like it was flying through the log.
I mean, it's like a Cybertruck kind of feeling, you know, you're like instant power, you have all the strength.
Yeah.
There's no advantage to me as a dealer to sell you guys one over the other, but if I were to pick one out of those two, I like that one.
Yeah. Now here is something. We put this battery on here fully charged. We made some cuts that weren't on camera. We made at least 4, maybe 5, and we're in the highest power setting, and it is half a battery now.
Definitely to be noted. Maybe we should put it in eco mode and see if they can cut all the way through there in eco.
We definitely should test that real quick.
Stu's gonna do some eco cuts.
All right, eco mode, test 1.
And this is a big log.
This is a no doubt big log.
It's on.
Okay, that definitely took a good bit longer, but it got the job done. And this is a hard cut. I mean, there's a lot of cases where you have this saw and you're making real mild 10-inch, 8-inch, 4-inch, 12-inch cuts. And you don't need to whip out the 3 bars for that. I want to try it with 2 bars, see how it does. Ready? All right, that did good.
Should we try a gas saw now we're getting in this harder stuff?
Yeah.
Just to see if this tree's getting harder in the center here, we're gonna go back to the old trusted 271 and see how it's doing, because I'm just curious at this point. Gas is still great. Can't go wrong with gas.
Yeah, gas is great.
So, what have we learned, Stu?
I was very impressed with a lot of elements of this saw. I also feel that it has a few shortcomings.
Yeah.
To be honest. I mean, if you have big cuts and you need it to be quiet, and you're gonna be working somewhere in the dark at night, you don't have to compromise. You can have battery and you can cut big trees.
Yeah.
Now, because of this.
Absolutely.
If you have to do a lot of cutting, you need a lot of batteries to get it done. Now we're still at 2 bars. I can't imagine that it would go 10 more cuts before it'd be dead.
Possibly it won't.
You need a battery per tree, basically.
Yeah.
And then you'd switch over to your smaller saws to do all your limbing.
Yeah. But if you fell it and bucked the larger portions with this and then switched to your smaller saws,
Yep.
I mean, that would work for that, right?
Totally will work.
And how about power? Did it feel like it was powerful compared to the gas?
Oh, very powerful. Lots of torque, really smooth. You guys saw it on camera.
Yep.
You could push it, you could make it stall.
Yeah.
Or you could just keep it riding along, letting it do its thing. Just like you're supposed to do on a gas saw, is let the weight of the saw do all the cutting.
We were in the 3rd power mode for the best cuts. In the lower power modes, it was stalling out a little bit. You'd feel it die, get pinched or something.
Yeah.
And the gas saw never really did that. You could bog it, and it would kind of get close to stalling, but it pretty much stayed going the whole time.
Yeah.
When this one, you could bog it out in the lower settings. In the 3rd setting, it almost didn't bog at all the way.
And time-wise, this saw in the highest setting beat the gas saw pretty much in every test that we did.
Yeah.
By a couple seconds, few seconds.
Yep. So it is faster.
So the performance is there. They're right about that.
Yeah.
And making big cuts like this are big battery juice hogs.
Totally. If this was a palm tree, it'd be a totally different story.
Yep.
I think this thing would be murdering it.
Yeah.
In a good way. Any kind of softer tree or a green tree.
Or a green tree, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this has been drying out here in this parking lot for 7 years.
Seasoned, baby.
It's very seasoned. It's hard stuff.
So that is our breakdown, our competition between this MSA300 versus the MS271. If you wanted to go battery, you can do that now.
There's a good option for you. Guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful day. See you.
See you.